Hello, everybody. Economic Ninja here. I want to talk about what's happening with the collapse of the U.S. dollar, and it is actually happening right now. And I want to put all of this into context for you. And first, I want to say, if you understand what's going on with the dollar, that we are actually seeing it collapse now. The confidence in the next 60 to 90 days, I believe, is going to be much lower than it is today. And so this has to do with everybody all over the world, because we're dealing with the confidence of the current system, the current US dollar-based system, okay? Fiat currency. Countries all around the world right now are doing things, and we have proof now, to circumvent the US dollar, which means you're going to see the confidence fall, which means you're going to see the value fall. Now, first I want to preface this with, I'm not a financial professional, I'm an investor, and I want to try and help people become wealthy all around the world, because I believe the only way we can change the world is if we become wealthy and get out of this slavery system of debt, okay? So if you guys understand, anyone watching this video, please, I'm not joking, and I rarely do this, if you understand what is going on and how this works, share this video on any and every single platform you can right now, please. Because to say that this is happening right now, and I get it, a lot of people are closed-minded, they don't understand how a dollar purchases oil and how big of a deal, and that's how it keeps itself propped up, and as it becomes propped up and stays propped up, it holds other currencies up all around the world. It's happening right now. It's an understatement. All right, so here we go. I'm going to talk about the facts. We're going to break all of this down. Here are some facts. China found two massive oil and gas deposits, all right? So that means as they start pumping either of those out of the ground, that is less oil and gas that they need to buy around the world, which normally for the last 50 years, they would have to go to America and buy US dollars to go and purchase that, okay? That's been the standard for 50 years, and it's called the Petro Dollar, okay? And what that does is every time China and any other country are forced to go and buy oil and gas, but oil primarily from OPEC nations, they have to go buy those dollars. That allows the dollar to stay solid and strong, right? And I'm trying to break this down on a very basic level. So please understand, there's a lot of people out there that understand how this works and the complexities of it. And so we're going very light and broad. I want people to understand how big of a deal this is, because I believe everyone is going to see inflation on a rate that's way higher than what we see now. Again, this isn't financial advice. Don't go out and do something crazy, but I want people to wake up. So they found a ton of oil. Now I get it. There's deposits found all the time all over the world. But this one is very important because of not only where it is, what country, but when it was announced. You see, within the last week and a half, we had two very serious announcements. While everything was going on in, let's say, a part of the world where there was some destabilization, during all of that chaos, Russia signed agreements for military protection with both Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. These are two very large OPEC nations, and you have to understand how big of a deal that is. You see, in the beginning, when we formed an alliance, the America and Saudi Arabia back in the early 70s, it wasn't the first day, it wasn't announced, hey, you're selling all of your oil in dollars to other countries. It was on the basis of military protection, selling them military equipment and training them, doing all of the stuff that Russia just did with two other large countries, all right? These two agreements that were signed, so it was exactly like how America did it back in the 70s, okay? But how they were signed were very secret. You see, the Prince of Saudi Arabia personally tweeted it out and showed a photo of them meeting with high-ranking military officials from Russia signing this agreement. And as I posted that video, and it didn't go viral, but it got a little bit of views, good amount of views. But it was not reported in the news media, all right? And there's a reason for that. They don't want you knowing this is falling apart right now. And some people asked, well, why wasn't Putin there doing the agreement? That's a pretty big deal. We found out about an hour later, it was because Putin had flown to Nigeria personally to sign that deal, and the president of Nigeria stating, this is a bilateral deal, all right? So that's them telling you that Russia is providing all of this, and then we're gonna provide something, all right? Now that's key. The China announcement came the day after the Saudi Arabia announcement. And not only did they find two large deposits of oil and gas, right? And they are the ones that need the most of it, all right? So that's another big key thing. But we just found out through filings that China over the last 2 months has bought 20% less oil that they have imported. They have imported 20% less, no matter where it comes from. And this is what it means. That's 20% less dollars they had to go out and purchase from the Fed in the form of treasuries, T-bills, bonds, whatever you want to call them, to go and purchase. Which means now that is a drastic cut in a world superpower buying our T-bills. What I believe you're going to see, and it's very hard for people to understand, like I talked about lumber and what lumber prices were going to collapse ahead of time. I've called the top of the real estate market at around the 3rd week of July. That video's out there. People have a very hard time hearing something like that when they don't see it or don't feel it. And I'm telling you, in the next 30 to 90 days, you are going to see announcements and the slow destruction of the value and the perception of value in the US dollar. Now, a lot of people go, well, what can I do? Okay, now that's very important. See, what you're seeing right now is inflation worldwide because of supply shortages. However, there's another type of inflation out there that's looming, and that is because of the destruction in the value of your currency, wherever you are. And we are going through a cycle right now. And this is a big cycle because it is a currency cycle. It's going to be a multi-year, almost decade-long cycle. And it didn't start today. It didn't start yesterday. It actually started around, my best guess was 2015 when the Federal Reserve did some very interesting things with the interest rates and people weren't paying attention. That's a whole nother video. So what you can do right now is understand the times you're in. Understand we're going into the fall and winter, which will cause people to go inside, which actually has elevated risk of people getting ill, let's say. We are going to see more and more supply chain shortages because right now the traffic is backing up on the freeway because of reaction times. And that's just an analogy I give for the supply chain. If you haven't seen any of my videos on supply chain, I'll try and link them, or please go look at them on the channel. And what you need to do is start taking account of what you need in life, what you need, not what you desire, and start to go pick up a little extra right now with pre-inflated dollars. I think this is a massive warning that everybody needs to do. So please, I'm not kidding. It's one thing to like and subscribe to the video, and that I appreciate. I really do. But I really need people to share these videos because you aren't seeing this reported. I know the first story I did got picked up by a bunch of news outlets because nobody's talking about this and connecting these dots. So I can't be more sincere in saying that. Please share this video, get it out to the masses. People need to be prepared and wake up. We need to get people out of debt and get them ready for the future. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the doom and gloom, but it's just facts and reality. The Economic Ninja is out.